Did you know that you are a contractor for the kingdom? Did you know that when you were born, even before the Lord said He knew you before you were in your mother's womb, that He placed a blueprint? This is what the Lord gave me about my life and about building this kingdom. Here is what a contractor is. A contractor is a person who undertakes a contract to provide materials or labor to perform a service or do a job. We have been ordained to do a job, to be a contractor, to build the kingdom. Did you know that when God created you, He had this detailed blueprint for your life? Now, here's what it is. A life blueprint is similar to a blueprint that an architect uses to showcase detailed plans for a building or a house. You have been called to do kingdom work. You have been called to become a contractor. You have been given blueprints for you to labor on and work for, to build exactly what God has created you for, to build in the kingdom. Now, God gave me this thinking about my life, thinking about how many times that I have been distracted, or the enemy has set in a decoy or tried to change the blueprint that God has given me. And I thought about, if I were building a house, I would not expect the contractor to stop at my neighbor's house and build a deck, or go down the road to my other neighbor's house and build something for them, or work on a plumbing problem, whatever that may be. No, I would want them to be here. The price was paid to give me these beautiful, detailed blueprints in my life, and yours too. Every single one of us that has been created by God has a detailed blueprint and a plan. Our duty is to be that contractor to build the kingdom. Now, the enemy will do everything he can to distract you, to destroy your plans, to cause your plans to have change. He wants to do everything he can, but here's what we have to do. We have to build a fence around our mind, around our heart, and around our property. The property of our heart is not for rent. It's not for sale. No trespassing signs, no dumping signs should guard that heart, not allowing the enemy to try to destroy the blueprints. The blueprint cannot be destroyed. He can distract us and detour us and do all kinds of things. But our goal is to stay focused on the work at hand in building this kingdom plan, to building whatever it is that God has built in their life. Every single person has this purpose inside of them. It's that blueprint. And when your passion collides with that purpose, that's when that real kingdom work, that is when you are in the flow of life. That is when you are the most happiest and sincere. You feel the joy of the Lord no matter what's going on. You feel your purpose growing. You see the evidence of what He is building in your life, the plans that He has set out for you. Now I'm going to give you some verses to think on today about this. The all-time common verse that we know is Jeremiah 29:11, but it really fits here because it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you." Now think about this. He has already created this detailed blueprint. He sees it. He can see what it will look like. The joy that He has to give us that life. But we've got to follow the detailed blueprints, plans. And you know where? It's right here in this word. This is the blueprint for life. This is where to go to when you scratch your head for situations, when you don't know what to do next. This is it. This is the blueprint. The Esther 4:14, perhaps you were born for such a time as this. It is time. It is time for us to realize that we are here, and we are here on purpose, for a purpose, for His glory, our story for His glory. Maybe it's time for you to really get brave and courageous and step out and do this. Romans 8:28, and we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to His purpose. He's got the blueprint. Imagine all of our brothers and sisters in Christ have this unique, significant blueprint. Imagine what would happen if we all focused on building whatever that blueprint is, laboring in love. Imagine what that would look like. Psalm 33:11, the plans of the Lord stand firm forever, the purpose of His heart through all generations. The plans of the Lord stand firm forever. The enemy can't destroy the plans, neither can a human. We are not strong enough to destroy the plans of the Lord, but that's where the enemy uses our mind and our heart and things to pull us apart and pull us away from doing what we really are here to do. We're not just here to be moms and mothers and wives and fathers and dads and going to work and being this and that. Yes, we have, those are parts of who we are, but the real purpose, the real blueprint comes from that building in the kingdom, utilizing the purpose and the tools and the gifts and the talents he's given us. Jeremiah 1:5, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you were born, I consecrated you. I appointed you a prophet to the nations. God has appointed you to something. God has appointed you. He has given you this blueprint, and imagine if you could just look what that would look like once we really stuck to it. 2 Peter 3:9, the Lord is not slow in keeping his promise, as some understand slowness. Instead, he is patient with you, not wanting anyone to perish, but everyone to come to repentance. He is patient, just like you have to be patient when you are building a house. Everything doesn't come together immediately. It's hard for me to see things as a repose or repositioning and repurposing things until I watch someone's take a video and watch the fast forward effects. That's what our life is like. We have this ability to create this dynamic thing, this purpose, supporting what God's plan says. Psalm 32:8, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. Right here, his eyes on us. He's going to direct us. He's going to counsel us in every single thing we do. And we got to be in his word to hear his counsel and to know where we're going. Proverbs 3:5-6, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not into your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. That key word is submit to give ownership to allow God to tear apart, to take apart the things that are not worthy of the kingdom, that are not going to be part of this purposeful plan he's given you. I want to encourage you today. Let's get busy doing the Father's business. Let's get busy building, being a contractor for Christ, for God. Let's get busy about the blueprint of our life.